and welcome to this kettlebell workout. So this one is designed to be beginner, intermediate, but that being said, if you use a heavier bell, you can make anything quote unquote advanced or harder. I've designed it so it can be done with just one bell. I'll be demoing today with a 12 kilogram kettlebell, but of course, if you want some choices, a heavier kettlebell and a lighter one, great. And as far as where you should start, something medium-ish, but again, that's so relative on the person that you're probably gonna have to play around a little bit. So we're just gonna start with a little warm up here. So you don't need your bell yet. Just take your legs out straight, take your arms behind you, push up, push down through your hands to kind of lift it through your sternum, and just start to circle your ankles around. So we're just going to get the ankles moving. And as you do this, kind of watch your knees and just sort of see, can you move your ankles without moving your knees around, and then go the other way. Good work. We'll go one more time. And then pause there. And then from here, all I want you to do is kind of rock on over, cross one ankle over the other. And then you're just going to look over one shoulder and the other shoulder a few times. So just warming up through the spine. And then you're going to windmill your legs and you're going to do the same thing to the other side, pressing that knee open with your hand. And then again, windmill over. Press open and look. And then one more time, windmill over, and we're going to add on to this piece. All right, let's add on windmill over. This time, come on up and over here, and then plant your hands and lift and lower your hips a few times. So now we're getting the hips and the ankles moving. Let's go one more time, and then sweep back. Windmill over, same deal, rock up. Your feet can be as close or as far as you need. Good, and then take it on back. And then from here, find a comfortable seated position. If you need to kneel or even stand, totally fine. Take your arms out, just rotate them in and out a few times. Reaching overhead. So just getting our shoulders moving. Good. Making sure you're rotating from your upper arm, not from your forearm. One more time. And then taking it down. All right. Reach your arms out. One hand behind, one hand on top. Reach and then switch. Your fingers do not need to touch. We're just getting our shoulders warm. Good. One more each way. And last one like that. Good. And then just kind of shake it out. All right, from here, transition to your belly, please. And then once you're there, legs out long, press through your hands. You can do a mini cobra, or if it feels good, you can do a big cobra. Up to you. And then lower down. We'll do 3 of these. Roll your shoulders back. Lift your chest. Any amount, big or small, coming down. One more time. Press up. Lift your chest, any amount, and coming down. Good work. From here, push on back. Come on to your hands and knees here. Rock back and forth a few times on your hands. And then if you want to get a little bit more of your upper back involved, come down onto your forearms and do a few from your forearms. Good. And then from here, come back up. One last thing while we're in this position. Press down through your hands, press down through your feet. Lift up one hand and the opposite leg, touch your shoulder, put it down. Now this is option A. You can do this for as long as you like. Option B, hover your knees. Just do a few easy taps, firing up your core. Good, one more. All right, and rest. So hopefully by now you feel a little bit warm. We're going to get into that first circuit. We're going to start with a single arm floor press. So what's going to happen is you're going to lie on your side, and then you're going to have the kettlebell at about belly button height. I'm on my left side, so my left hand is really gripping the bell. My right hand's going to come on top. And all that's going to happen is I'm going to roll to my back, inhale, I'm going to exhale, use both arms to push it up overhead, and then I'm going to plant my right arm on the ground. And then from here, I'm going to inhale, bend my elbow, exhale, drive up. I'm aiming for 5 to 8 of these. We're going to see how I do with this today. Inhale, bend the elbow, exhale, drive up. A couple more. Inhale, bend the elbow, exhale, drive up. Good work. Inhale down. Now, if you need a little boost, squeeze your opposite fist on the drive up and then relax your fist as your elbow comes down. Good. I think that's 5. And 6. I'm going to go for 8. It's going to be a little tricky though. 7. Push it. And 8. Drive it up. Good. From here, you can bend both elbows to lower down with control. Okay, let's do side number 2. You could just roll over, but I'm going to swing around so you don't have to look at my butt. All right, so now I'm lying on my right side. Whichever side is on the ground, that is the hand that's going to grab the bell, underhand grip here. Other hand comes on top. You're going to roll to your back, and then you're not going to have a microphone, lucky you. You're going to push that bell up towards the ceiling, feet planted on the ground. Take your left arm out to the side. Let's do a few floor presses here. 5 to 8 reps with integrity. Inhale, bend down. Exhale, push up. Now, on this side, I feel all my weight wanting to fall into the right. I'm not going to let it. I'm going to stay square. Good work. This is not my stronger side. I believe we have 4 more. And drive. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I think 1 more. Take it down. Press it up. Good. Both hands can grab. Lower with control, and then park your bell. Okay, take a moment to shake it out. And now you're going to place the bell on your pelvis, and we're going to do some hip thrusts or glute bridges here. And so if the bell is too much, just know modification is just to drive up, lower down, no bell, no problem. But if you're going to go for it, kind of roll over to your side, grab your bell at the horns, come on back, and then you're going to place it on your pelvis. Feet are flat, about hip width apart, and when you're ready, you're going to inhale here, exhale, drive up, reset your bell as you need to, inhale to lower down, and then exhale, drive up, and inhale, lower down. So the bell is, of course, adding a little bit more resistance. Now, of course, if you need a little pad between your pelvis and that bell, totally fine. We're going to shoot for 8. Exhale, press, inhale, lower. I think that's 4. Try to keep your throat open. Good work. Drive it up. Lower it down. Final 2. Press up. Lower down. 1 more time. Exhale, press. Inhale, lower. Good. From here, you're just going to carefully roll to your side to park your bell. All right, last thing we're going to do here is some abs. We're going to play with it where one hand has the bell. The arms will be up towards the ceiling. In fact, I'm going to have the free arm down on the ground for support. And then if your right arm is up, your left leg is going to lift. If you need an option, bend your knees and just do a heel tap instead. So it's opposite arm to leg. Yes, let's do it. So we got into the floor press. If you're lying on your right side, right hand grabs the bell, left hand is on top. Roll to your back, press it up to the ceiling. Let's plant our left leg. Take your right leg up, take your left leg up. Flex through your feet. Remember, you can always bend your knees as you need. Inhale. And then exhale. And actually, I lied. Let's inhale, prepare. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, take it up. Good. We're going to shoot for 8. Lowering down, lifting it up. This does not need to be big. Your hips stay level. Your lower back stays gently connected to the floor. Really using your core here. I believe we have 4 more. Option is, of course, to keep your knees bent. Make sure that elbow stays straight. I just caught mine. Bending. Good. Last 2. Yeah. And 1. Good. Pull it up. Put your feet down. Both hands grab the bell. Lower to your chest. Park. Roll on over. Same deal. Side number 2. And then here's the fun part. We go through all that 1 more time. So lie on your side. If you're on your left side, left hand grabs that bell. Right hand on top. I'm going to feel like a broken record. So sorry. But safety. Okay. Roll to your back. Press it up. Plant your right arm on the ground. Elbows straight or bent, up to you. Take one leg up, take the other leg up, flex your feet, or bend your knees if you need. When you're ready, right leg lowers down, take it up. Inhale, prep at the top. Exhale, lower. Good. Now, if I really think about keeping my ribs and hips connected to the mat, I feel my core pretty quickly, and I'm really reaching through that left elbow. So this is building pressing strength and overhead pressing strength even. I think we have 4 more. We're shooting for about 8. Remember, option, lower and lift. Try not to rush. I just caught myself wanting to. Lower and lift. Good. 2 more. Take it down, pull it up. One final time. Take it down, pull it up. Put your feet down on the ground with control. Grab your bell, lower, release. Okay, so now, fun part, we're gonna do it all over again. Now here's the deal. If your arm is tired, roll over to your other side for that second round of presses. I'm gonna be a masochist, even though I've pre-fatigued this thing, and do it just on my left and see what happens. We'll see. Okay, so left hand grabs the bell, right hand on top, roll to your back. Press up, plant your other hand. All right, let's shoot for 5 to 8. Inhale down, exhale up. I always like to do a range of reps because sometimes I find that I don't want to do as many because my form starts to break with the weight I've chosen. That's okay. Good. I definitely feel the second round. Let's shoot for 4 more. I don't know if you see me kind of like gritting my teeth, but I am. This is not easy. Inhale, lower, exhale, press. 1 more time. Good. Take it up. Both hands grab, lower with integrity. Free your bell. That is much harder if you've already pre-fatigued that sucker. Okay, let's do the other side. So the thing I like about kettlebells is the reps are pretty low, but gets the job done. I don't know about you, but I'm breaking a little sweat even though we haven't done that much. All right, so bell is at about belly button height. Right hand has it if you're lying on your right side. Roll to your back. Use both hands, push it up there. Plant your left hand, feet flat on the ground when you're ready. Big inhale down, exhale drive. That's the way. Shooting for 8. Hands. Good. I think we have about 4 more. I'll be honest, I do a lot of this by feel when I'm on my own, so it's a unique challenge. Doing it with an audience. 1 more. Hold, both hands grab, lower, park your bell, shake it out for just a moment. Whew. All right, let's go for 8 glute bridges. If you want to use your bell for extra resistance, great. If you're like, oh my God, that killed my pelvis, run and grab a mat real quick to pop over the front of your hips. Totally fine. Okay, so you're going to grab the horns of the bell. You're going to roll onto your back. You're going to place the bell on your pelvis any way that you feel like you've got it securely. I like holding onto the horns. That feels good for me. Play with your stance. You can have feet pretty narrow or a little bit wide even. Up to you. And when you're ready, let's just do this. Inhale, exhale, drive. Reset your bell as you need. Touching down. And again. If I anchor the bell, by the way, just a little bit closer to my hip bone, to my pubic bone versus my hip bones, that's a lot more comfortable because I don't feel like I've got a bell on my vital organs. So keep that in mind. Good. I think that's 4. Inhale down. Exhale, drive. 6-ish. Lift your hips. Keeping your whole foot planted on the ground. Last 1. Good. From here, just kind of roll to your side. Thoughtfully park your bell. All right. Last round of those super fun ab activations. So this should feel familiar by now. Roll to your side. I find most of the injuries happen when we're picking up or putting away the kettlebells. So that's why I'm fussing with the setup so much, just so you know. Okay, so now roll to your side. Press it up. My right hand has the bell. My left arm's going to plant on the ground in some fashion. Take one leg up, take the other leg up. When you're ready, left leg is the mover. Exhale down, inhale up. Any amount. If your hip is clicking, really make sure your ribs stay glued to the ground and you're not putting a big arch in your back. Good. Lowering and lifting. Really reach that elbow if you can. 4 more. Remember the option. 3. Good work. 2. Pull it up. Last 1. Awesome job. Put one foot down, put the other foot down, grab the bell, lower with control. Release that guy. Okay, flip over one more time. Last round of these, last side. So come onto your side, line your bell up, roll to your back. Ignore my mic check. Okay, let's do this. Press it on up. Take your arm to your side. Elbow can be straight or bent. It's really personal preference. All right, take one leg up, take the other leg up. Remember, knees can be bent. If your left arm is up, your left leg is the mover, or your right leg is the mover, sorry. Lower down, bring it up. Good. Exhaling through the hard part, inhaling through the still hard, but not quite as hard part. Lowering and lifting. I believe this is 4 right here. Really reach through your elbow. Try not to let it collapse. Last 4. Keeping the ribs heavy on the mat. 3. Try not to hurt your back. 2. And 1. Good. Bring it up. Put one foot down. Put the other foot down. Grab the bell with both hands. Roll to your side to rest. If that felt easy, next time, use a heavier bell. Okay, so from here, we're going to transition on up to standing, and then we're going to finish with a standing circuit. Okay, so moving into the second half of this circuit. So for this one, the way that this one is going to work is you're going to have goblet squats. We're going to aim for, again, 5 to 8. We're going to go 5 single leg deadlifts with a single row. I'm going to show you an option for that real quick. If the single leg deadlift's a little much for you today, you can always just do a kickstand deadlift into a row instead. And then from there, we're going to do something called a racked march. Particularly for the goblet squat and the racked march, know that you could always just put the kettlebell down and do it body weight only. So that's another way to modify. Okay, quick tutorial on this for this single leg deadlift row because it's a little tricky. So what's going to happen is, and you can't will see it, but I make a fist with my free hand when I do this oftentimes because I feel less wobbly when I do that. It helps me create more tension throughout my body to navigate the bell. So you're going to not let your shoulder collapse down. You're going to lift it. And option A, this is the trickier one, is you're going to bend your knee and send the leg back. You're going to pull it. You're going to lower it. And then you're going to stand up. So you saw even I got a little wobbly. That's okay. If you're like, nope, I'm not going for that one today, your other choice is to kickstand it like this, pull it, lower it, and stand. So anytime that you need to put your foot down, put your foot down. Yeah? You'll be fine. I promise. Okay. So let's do this. Ready? All right. So we're going to start with a goblet squat. Remember, a bodyweight squat's a great choice if the goblet is not for you. But I will say sometimes having a load in front of you by holding that kettlebell actually makes your squat form feel easier and better, not worse. In some ways, the goblet squat is actually harder. Go figure. So take your feet out a little wider than hip width and feet kind of shy out to the corners of the room. And when you're ready, you're going to hinge your butt back, bend down. Inhale, exhale, pick up that bell, hold it at your chest, but don't rest it at your chest. And we're going to go for 5 to 8 of these. So you're going to inhale down, exhale, just like that. Lowering down, pressing your knees open, but keeping your big toes grounded. Inhale, lower, exhale, stand, good work. Coming down with control, driving up. Let's go for 4 more. Inhale down, exhale, stand, that's it. Inhale, lower, exhale, drive. Good. Last 2. Inhale down. Exhale, press. Once more. Lower and stand. Good job. Lower your bell with control. Okay, from here, we're going to go into that single leg deadlift row. Remember, kickstand if you need it. I'll show both. I'm going to show the single leg deadlift on this side, and when I turn around, I'll show you the kickstand on the other side, but pick the one that works for you. So when you're ready, grab your bell. Roll your shoulder back. You don't need to be militant, but you don't want to be hanging in your weight. And then when you're ready, we're going to shoot for 3 to 5 of these. So you're going to soften your standing knee, send it out, pull it, lower it, and stand up. Yeah? 4 more. Take it back, pull it, lower it, and stand up. Again, it's okay if you have an ugly one. That's why I'm not going to edit these out because I do these in my row workout all the time, and sometimes I'm really good at them, like that one, and sometimes I'm not. Good. Lower, pull, and stand. One more time. Feel free to make a fist with your free hand if you need to. Whoop. I'm going to redo that one. All right, lowering down. This is not my strongest day on these. Good. Stand up. Okay, let's switch sides. So remember, you just saw me do the one option. Feel free to stick with it. Otherwise, option B is that kickstand back, knees in the same line. So when you're ready, heel lower down, butt back, pull it, lower it, and stand up. And again, go as slow or as quick as you need. Exhale, inhale, and stand. Now I'm checking that my knees are not going baby deer legs and knocking inward. Ideally, I line my second toes. Let's go 2 more. Take it down, pull, lower, and stand 1 more time. Take it down, pull, lower, and stand tall. Good work. Okay, last thing we're going to do here is a racked march. So choices for the racked march. You can hold it in one hand or you can push it over your head. Your call. We're going to do a total of 20. 10 with one hand holding the bell, 10 with the other hand holding the bell. Remember, you can always adjust modification. No, wait. Okay, let's do it. So for this first one, I'm just going to rack the bell at my shoulder height. So when you're ready, take it up, put your feet on straight, and when you're ready, just march it. 1, 2, going for 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not so bad, right? Okay, lower it down. Other side. So taking it back, taking it up, bring it in, and 10, 9, 8, you've got it. Keep breathing. 2 and 1. Good. Step out and lower. All right. Shake it out. Breathe. Here's the deal. We're going to go through all that one more time and then a nice little cool down stretch. Yeah? Okay. Final round of this. Ready? No? Too bad. Okay. Grab your bell. Put it in line with kind of where your ankles are at. Find your easy straddles position. And then when you're ready, send your butt to the back wall. Grab your belt. Pick it up. Take your feet out into what feels like a good squat stance for you. Maybe it's narrower, maybe it's wider than mine. It's fine. Very individual in my opinion. Shooting for 5 to 8 of these. So when you're ready, inhale, sit down. Exhale, to come up. Good. Now if you need a side view, just sitting down any amount. I can get pretty low. If you can't, it's okay. Whatever your squat depth is your squat depth. Lowering down, driving it up. That's it. Inhale, lower. Good. I think this is 4. Keeping your big toes on the ground, but rolling your thigh bones and knees out. Good. Last 3. Lowering down, driving it up. Final 2. And stand once more. Good work. Lower your weight with control. All right, shake it up. Here's the deal. Kickstand deadlift or single leg deadlift. Pick your poison, mix and match, change your mind if you need to. If you notice today, I'm not as solid on my single leg. It happens. Some days you're going to feel really secure and other days you won't. It's all good. All right, so you're going to grab your bell. My right hand has the bell, so I'm going to start with my right leg going back. Remember, you can always make a fist with your left hand if that helps you manage tension. So deadlift into row. We're going to go for 5 when you're ready. Taking it back. Row, lower, and stand with integrity. And again, inhale down, pull it, lower it, and stand up. You've got it. A little bit better on this side. Remember, the option is the kickstand. Let's go 2 more. Pull, and stand 1 more time. The shoulder goes in the same direction as your elbow. Good. Standing up. Okay. Second side. Let's do it. Final round of these. Again, 3 to 5. Pick your poison and go. Bending the knee. Good. Standing up. Inhale back. Exhale, pull. Inhale, lower, and stand. Option is to kickstand it. Notice if you're like me, if your second round is always less crazy, that happens too. Something about getting those stabilizing muscles on board. One more time. Inhale, take it out. Exhale, pull. Inhale, lower, and stand up. Nice job. Okay, from here, lower your weight with control. Shake it out. Final thing we're going to do, 10 racked marches each side. I forgot to say, you can actually hold the bell by your side, park it, rack it at your shoulder, or go overhead. I'm going to go overhead for this next one, so choose what you want. Final round of these. So when you're ready, the bell is in front of you. To get it up there, you're going to sit your booty back. And when you're ready, clean it up. And then bring it in. Press it overhead if you're going to go there today. Okay, try to stand up nice and tall, no leaning backwards. 10 of these. Good. Reach that elbow if you've got overhead. I think one more each side. Good. Step out, lower with control. A little harder with it overhead, huh? And then take it on down. Okay. Side 2. Last bit. Sit on back. Take it back. Take it up. Bring it in. When you're ready, press it up. There it is. 10 of these. 10, 9, you've got it. Try to stay still. One more each way. Good. Stand. Step out. Lower with control. And then when you're ready, take it down and shake it out. Good. Breathe. All right, here's the deal. I think we've got a little bit of time, which means we're going to do one more thing. Yeah? You with me? All we're going to do is we're just going to end with 2 rounds of overhead presses. So essentially, if you run out of juice for these, option A is just to press. Option B is going to be to bend your knees and push press. So you use your legs to help drive it. Here's the deal. If you're like me and you were using a reasonably heavy bell, you're already pretty fatigued in your pressing muscles. So what that means is you're probably not going to be able to do a ton of them. I'm going to aim for 3 to 5 on each side for 2 rounds. If I'm done at 2, I'm going to be done at 2. If I'm done at 5, I'm done at 5. You're going to be the same way. If you try to go and it doesn't move, cool. Good talk. Way to go for it. You know what I mean? So honor wherever you're at. Just depends on the day usually and how heavy the bell is and how much you practice pressing. And if you're like, nah, I'm good, I'm done. Cool. End of workout. Yeah? All right, let's finish this. So bring it up. We're aiming for 3 to 5 on each side times 2. Okay, take your feet in. And when you're ready, inhale here, exhale, press. Lower, pause, drive it up. Watch it out of the corner of your eye if you need to get it up there. Remember, option, push, press. Yep. Good. I've got 2 more in me, I'm pretty sure. Take it up. And I'm moving my right arm, so I'm going to lean into my right side to get it up there that last time. Yeah. Okay, step it out. 5 was a good number for me today. If I've been using a 14 or 16, that wouldn't happen. All right, side 2. When you're ready, take it up. Good. Find your stance. 3 to 5. My left is my weaker, by the way, on this particular exercise. Good. When it gets tricky, I'm watching that bell out of the corner of my eye, saying, I've got you. I'm stronger than you. Let's go 2 more. Remember, you can always push, press. And 1 more. Good work. Okay. Step out. Park your bell. Shake it out. Breathe. Here's the deal. 1 more time each side, and then a quick stretch. Not so bad, yeah? Let's do it. All right, when you're ready, sit your booty back. Bring it up. Find your stance, as narrow as wide or as wide as you need it. 3 to 5. When you're ready, inhale, exhale, drive. And lower with integrity. Again, push it. And lower it. If you're thinking, this is so easy, you need a heavier bell, my friend. Let's go 2 more. Basic does not mean easy. 1 more here. Neither does beginner. Okay, pause. Step out. Good job, shake out. Remember, you can also pause the video and take longer breaks if you need. I'm doing this a little quick, which makes it a little bit more conditioning. When I go a little faster, my heart rate goes a little higher, I sweat a little bit more. This is my preferred form of cardio, I have to say, versus having to run. Don't tell anyone. Okay, side 2. Final bit. When you're ready, bring it up. You can always use your other hand, by the way, to help support the bell. Okay, 3 to 5. Good. Inhaling down. Exhale, drive. Remember, the choice is a press. Yeah. Last 2. Good. I'm leaning, so I'm going to put a little more weight in my left foot to get it up there. Good grind. Step out. Park. Whew, shake it out. Nice job. So guess what? The hard stuff is done. Little stretch, you're going to be on your way. So just find a comfortable stance. Do a few shoulder rolls. Let your arms hang. And then I just want you to kind of look up and look down a few times. Just kind of get your cervical spine moving. Take your arms out and then just do a little bit of kind of Egyptian type motion here. Just moving through your spine, moving through your hips and your shoulders. Good. Take your feet together or close. Do a little bit of circling one way. Do a little bit of circling the other way. Take your hands out. Rotate your elbows one way. Rotate your elbows the other way. Good. All right, final bit. One big breath in. Big breath out. Let it go.